Welcome to the Mesa Chamber of Commerce Inside Business Podcast. My name is Sally Harrison. I'm the CEO of the Mesa Chamber of Commerce, and today we are in the University of Phoenix podcast studio, and joining me as today's guest is Scott Krinsky from the Oakland Athletics.
Thank you, Sally.
Yes.
That's quite the intro.
Well, welcome. We're glad you're here today. Hey, we have a lot to talk about because spring training is right around the corner.
It is right around the corner.
I mean,
we have Thanksgiving and then Christmas and then spring training. That's
really
how it goes.
is like another holiday, right?
Exactly. Especially in Arizona. Yeah.
Especially in Mesa.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're so blessed to have two teams. We are so excited. We're glad you're here, though, because we do have a lot to talk about because there's a lot going on. Let's talk about the history of spring training in Mesa and the relationship with the HohoKams.
Yeah, absolutely. So the A's played in Mesa in the late 70s, and then we moved over to Phoenix Muni, and we were there for a number of years.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the Cubs built their new stadium over there at Sloan, we were talking with the city of Mesa and came back and moved back over to HohoKams. So when the Cubs moved out, we came in, gave it a nice paint job, fixed some things up, did a nice renovation, and this will be our 6th season now. At HohoKam, which
seems like it just happened.
That's what everybody tells me. Yeah, so this will only be my 2nd season there, but everyone, keeps thinking that that's where the Cubs still play at times. So they always ask me, is that the Cubs' old stadium? And I said, yeah, it is. So
I liked it before, but I really like it after the renovation.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels like spring training to me.
Yeah, and that's exactly what a lot of people tell us, and what a lot of great feedback that we've gotten is, the renovations with the two areas down the right and left field lines with the turf covered areas. People really enjoy that, and it feels like spring training. It's not too corporate and not too feeling like a major league ballpark. It feels like home to us.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
And you said you've been there 2 years?
Yeah, so I started last April, so this upcoming season will be season number 2.
What were you doing before that?
So before this, I was actually working in sports, but I was working in the NASCAR industry. So I was working. A
little bit of a change.
Yeah, a little bit. Still working with sports and corporate partnerships in that area, but was working in Kentucky, living in Cincinnati, and moved out here last April for the job.
Very cool. Well, we're glad you're here. So for people who don't know, let's talk about HohoKam. Tell us, where is the stadium located?
Yeah, so HohoKam is about 1.5 miles north of Main Street, right off downtown Mesa. So we're right there on Center Street, right on the corner of Brown. And like I said, we've been there for 6 seasons. And as you mentioned earlier, the HohoKams, the nonprofit group that we work with, the volunteer group, you're a ho as well. So.
I'm a ho, yes. I used to think, I don't know if I want to be called that, but now it's a badge of honor.
Yeah, that's what everyone says. But that's a volunteer group that's helped us out for so long. They help us out with our parking, program sales, 50/50 raffle, and then a lot of the money that we get on the fundraising side, the Ho's give back to Mesa and for youth sports and things like that. So it's a really great organization that we work with, and
I think
happy to work with them.
Pretty incredible partnership between the Ho's and the two teams that we have here.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've talked with some other groups in spring training, like the Charos and some other groups out in Peoria and Surprise, and I feel like the relationship that we have with you guys is second to none, so we really value that.
The HohoKams go back a really long time. I think it's like 60 years or something.
Yeah.
I should know exactly, but I don't. But from what I've heard, the Ho's were actually started by a group of chambermen who wanted to do something with spring training. So.
Yeah, and our field is actually named after the first Ho, the man who started the organization, George Patterson.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, very exciting. So once we're inside that stadium, what is there to do? Talk about what goes on at the ballpark besides actual baseball.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a number of different areas, like I said, just public areas where folks can just come and grab a beer and grab some local food. So we have some third-party vendors that we work with, some local pizza places, local taco places.
Great.
Ice cream. We have mustache pretzels, as you know.
I do, and I've noticed that it's not all about like just your basic hamburgers and hot dogs anymore, right? It's better food.
Right.
It's not just baseball food that like people would think.
Right, which is that's kind of the vibe that we wanted. Is people are coming here. There are a lot of folks coming from out of town, and they want kind of that local flavor, not just something that they can get, if they were going to a game up in Oakland or wherever they go to baseball games regularly. We wanted to incorporate some of that local Arizona flair. So we have that, and then we also have a kids zone. So
Great.
kind of catering to both the adults who want to come and have a good time, but also
Sure.
those who have families.
Well, so before I stop thinking about the tailgating piece, because I know that there are a lot of families who tailgate. Oh my gosh. Like that ballpark, that parking lot is full of tailgaters.
Yeah.
And there's one group in particular, and I know you know who I'm talking about. They're crazy. Like they might as well just stay there because they are having so much fun.
They pretty much do.
Yeah. So I've seen that they actually have like some kind of a storage unit that they bring and put all their stuff in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So those are some
Crazy.
folks from Oakland that come down every year for spring training.
That's
and
so awesome.
Oakland, tailgating in Oakland is a big thing. So they try and bring that down here to Arizona, which
That's awesome.
we're huge fans of because our parking situation does allow for that.
Yeah, it's great. Well, the fans are great too.
Yes.
Yeah. So spring training is just around the corner. Talk about the schedule. Any important dates? When's opening day? Like what's going to happen here? What is it? The end of February?
Yeah, so opening day for spring training keeps getting moved up and up.
I know, it's a little scary.
Yeah, we have to cater to MLB on that one, but no, it's great though. We have a full season of games this season. Last year, as you know, we got cut down a little short.
Yes.
But we have 16 games on the schedule this year, which is exciting. So opening day is Sunday, February 23rd.
Oh my gosh.
Against the Giants.
Wow.
And then we go through Saturday, March 21st, and that final game is against the Cubs. But we have
Final games against the Cubs.
against the Cubs.
Very
yeah.
cool.
But
That's awesome.
a lot of Friday, Saturday, Sunday games. We actually have a Friday night game. So we have
Cool.
one night game this year and a game on St. Patrick's Day. So
Oh, that's going to be
yeah,
fun.
yeah. So we're really excited about the schedule. I think we have some great dates and
Very cool.
some great opportunities for fans to come out and enjoy themselves.
Fun. I love working at the ballpark because season after season you start knowing some of these fans that return, and some of them, like this little old couple that have been married like 60 years, they come every single game and they walk in looking for us. It's just it really is. It's a fun opportunity for volunteers too. So how do volunteers get involved?
Yeah, so like we talked about, the Hose is a big organization. We also have some folks that help out with just ticket sales and scanning tickets as well. And then like on the nonprofit side, we've been working with some local nonprofits. So we partnered with Mesa United Way this year, actually. So for that final Cubs game, like I mentioned, we're actually partnering with Mesa United Way, where we're blocking off some tickets for them, and a portion of each ticket is going to go back to Mesa United Way, so they can help out some of the local Mesa organizations, which is what we're trying to do, is get more involved in the community and figure out how we can help out outside of just the 4 weeks that we're here.
That's awesome. So talk about tickets, group ticket options. How do people get tickets?
Yeah, absolutely. So group tickets and hospitality are on sale now, actually.
Okay.
Single game tickets will go on sale on December 4th.
So are those tickets on sale online only? Can you go to the ballpark?
They're online only at this time.
Okay.
The ballpark, our box office opens on January 13th.
Okay.
So we'll be moving into the stadium here in a couple weeks, making it look
Right
all
around the
nice.
corner.
Yeah. So, but January 13th, any local Mesa residents that want to come by and see the stadium and get tickets at the box office, that's
Okay.
when it'll be. But
Okay.
online, they go on sale December 4th.
Okay. And what about group options?
Yeah, so we have group options for every game. Everything from just 15 tickets sitting in the grandstands to if you want to do a group of 250 for private hospitality.
Fun.
And everything in between. So
talk about the deck up above. Like who's that open to?
yeah, so we actually have two private hospitality areas. One is the deck up above that you mentioned. So that's kind of a more private reserved area. The other one is the turfed area that I mentioned before down the right field line. So the turfed area is a little bit more, you're more interacting with the fans. You actually get a ticket into one of the sections right down near the field as well. So it kind of provides that going to see the game in the stands, but also having the private hospitality area as well. So
Nice.
we work with a lot of local businesses looking to entertain clients who are in town, or if they're looking to entertain their employees for really great employee appreciation event.
Very cool.
There's some great all-inclusive packages that we have available.
Nice. I know that most games, I think every game, there's at least some, maybe 3 or 4 of your legends there.
Yes.
That is entertaining to me because I actually get to interact with them a little bit based on where they're sitting and where I work is program sales. Talk about who some of those legends are.
Yeah, so you're usually right there, right at that gate. Yeah.
Like, it's entertaining. Let's just leave it at
Yeah,
that for me.
So Vita Blue's there. Bert,
yes, he's the entertainer.
yeah, Bert is there. So it's great for us to have that option where fans come down from Oakland that have been huge fans for so long. They can meet and get an autograph and talk to some of their favorite players that they watched growing up.
That's fun. What else? What else do you want people to know about the A's, about spring training, about you, Scott?
But I don't know if this is about me. Just wanted to let fans know that we're here and we're going to be here for a while. So I've talked to a lot of people that haven't been back to the stadium since the Cubs left.
It's different.
Yeah, so it is different. So we want to just make fans aware of what we have going on and how we can help those local businesses on the marketing side, and also if you want to come out and entertain some clients and employees, do that as well. So talking about that, actually, we're having an event on December 11th.
I saw it. I got an email, I think, this morning about that.
Okay, yeah. So we're actually having it at our Player Development Center. So it's kind of just an event where we're going to have some of our local partners and prospects just come out just to learn about, like I said, what A's spring training has to offer and what we're doing here in Mesa and how we're going to be doing it for a while.
Very cool. And that's open to...
yeah, an RSVP would be appreciated. So if you want to email me, can I give out my email address? Is that possible?
This is your story, Scott.
All right, so it's skrinsky@athletics.com. So it's skrinsky@athletics.com. And feel free to email me about the event or anything else that you want to know about A's spring training.
Cool. Or if they're chamber members, they might just run into you at an event.
That's very true. Yes. Yeah, I'm an ambassador,
yes,
so very happy to be a part of the chamber and help out however I can.
Well, we appreciate your support, and we appreciate the support of the A's, obviously. Scott, thanks for joining us on the Inside Business Podcast. You can find all of our episodes on the Inside Business Podcast at iTunes, Google Play, or your own favorite podcast website. You can also find them online at mesachamber.org.